This huge shoal of fish was filmed near Marimba by Jackie Anderson. With this video, we want to show you just how vast this flooded forest habitat is, and here there were huge numbers of fish shoaling around this habitat constantly. This shoal is mostly Hemigrammus bellati, although there were other species of Hemigrammus mixed in here as well. Marimba is a gently sloping sandy beach in between a few igarapes, and in this particular year where this was filmed, there was the perfect amount of water here for the fish to push deep into the flooded forest behind and around the beach and still be in knee-deep water. Conditions like this lead to explosive spawning in many of these fast-growing tetras and leads to the fast expansion of the populations of these fishes. When the water levels drop later in the season, if these fish don't make it back into the more permanent water, they don't make it until the next season. These seasonally surging populations of fish are very important to the rural communities of this region because they make their living gently collecting the fish, and since the fish need a clean, healthy river rainforest ecosystem, the fishery provides an economic incentive to protect the habitat, which benefits all of the animals in the rainforest. Among these smaller fish were a few larger cichlids as well, including the pale cichlid with the big spot, Aquidens pallidus, and the flag cichlid, Mesonoda insignis. Both of these are also popular aquarium fish found throughout this habitat, and another important economic link between the economic activity and the environment. Fish keepers can contribute to the protection of this habitat by choosing wild-caught fish that put their money back into the supply chain that drives conservation in this biologically important area.